Coming up on Mountain News this morning, the Better Business Bureau is warning consumers of the potential risk of gift cards this holiday season. And the city of Hazard is working towards making Memorial Gym a historic landmark.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning, I'm Olivia Calfee. We're coming up on 5:34 on Tuesday, December 12th. Now let's check in with First Alert meteorologist Shane Smith for a look at your forecast this morning. And Shane, I said this earlier, it was cold yesterday. I was outside at about 9 a.m.
Yes, it was.
I couldn't feel my fingers, so I'm hoping this little bit of an increase today is going to feel much better today.
It's going to feel better. It's still not going to feel great, but we're going to be pushing temperatures near 50. Wind chill's going to make it feel like mid-40s, but that's still about 10 degrees warmer than what we were yesterday. So that work for you? Okay, let's take a look at what's going on right now. Satellite radar, nice and dry, and we are clear. Going to be clear for the next several days. You can see over at UVA-Wise, our webcam there, clear skies, dry conditions. Same story up at I-64 at Moorhead. And as we head over to the London Corbin Airport, clear right now there as well. Current temperatures. It's chilly out there. 27 Pikeville, 18 Clintwood, 25 here in Hazard, 30 Jackson, 24 in London. Morning Williamsburg, Middlesboro. You're both checking in at 23 degrees. A very chilly start to the morning. Factor in the wind. Feeling a little bit colder than that. In fact, you'll see those wind chills running just a degree or two cooler in most spots. Those teens down into the mountains of Virginia. Burr is all I can say to that. Bundle up as you send the kids out the door. Speaking of out the door forecast, you're going to want that jacket this morning with those wind chills running into the teens and 20s. Air temperature rises to around 50 by this afternoon. Still going to feel just a skosh cooler than that, as we will see a wind chill right around the mid-40s. So a little bit cooler out there, but at least milder than we were yesterday. Another reinforcing shot of cool air comes in tomorrow, though. That's going to knock the temperatures down just a little bit. We'll talk about that and map out when our next chances of widespread rain are, and it's not for a couple of days. We'll talk about that in more detail here in a few minutes, Olivia.
All right, thank you, Shane. Well, it looks like the Grinch is up to his old tricks again. According to the Better Business Bureau serving Greater Kentucky, thieves across the nation are manipulating gift cards before the shoppers even purchase it. Jeremy Toms and photojournalist Darnell Crenshaw have more on how this scam works and what you can do about it.
Here's the scam. Heather Clary of the BBB serving Greater Kentucky says scammers are stealing gift cards from a store rack, loading some money on them, then taking the cards home and removing the sticker on the back, applying a sticker they control, then going back into the store and hanging the gift card back on the rack. The next shopper that buys the gift card loads money on it, and that money goes straight onto a gift card that's controlled by the scammer.
So what the Better Business Bureau advises is carefully examine the packaging of any gift card you pull off of any rack at any retailer you purchase it from.
On Monday morning, we saw Troy Scarborough purchase gift cards for the holidays. He just spent more than $100 on them.
You know, a lot of us don't know that it's happening.
After hearing this news, Scarborough is taking a closer look at his gift cards.
It looks untampered with, but you know, it's just got some sticky stuff on it that you could easily pull it off and stick it right back on there.
Steve McLean with the Kentucky Retail Federation says there's been an uptick in organized retail crime throughout the Commonwealth. He says one store in Louisville is losing a lot of money annually due to theft.
You know, over $1 million a year in some kind of organized retail crime.
Gift cards are a very easy target. The way they're doing it, they've already got the card number and the PIN number, and I guess they're taking the gift card packages apart.
The BBB serving Greater Kentucky has some tips so you don't get scammed. Check the gift card. Make sure it hasn't been tampered with. Try digital gift cards for added security. Purchase a gift card from behind the cashier, reducing risk of tampering, and keep your gift card receipts. Scarborough is one step ahead on this tip.
And we just want to be vigilant of all the scams that are going on.
In Lexington, Jeremy Toms, WKYT.
Steve McLean with the Kentucky Retail Federation says to avoid some of those gift card discount websites because you could be purchasing stolen gift cards. The Kentucky River Regional Animal Shelter is continuing to see severe overcrowding, and while the shelter staff is working tirelessly to ensure each animal is taken care of, they're also reminding folks to be mindful this holiday season, especially if a child is asking for a pet this Christmas. President of the shelter, Tony Vaughn, says people need to ensure they are prepared to commit to an animal before getting one. But he says the shelter is a great place to start if they are.
Come here first. We have dogs that are $1,000. People have paid good money for some of these animals. And we don't get enough of the public in to look, and you're looking over high dollar dogs that are going to cost you literally practically nothing.
And if you are not interested in adopting a pet this holiday season, the shelter will always accept donations of pedigree, adult, and puppy food, as well as volunteers to help walk the dogs. Memorial Gym in Hazard has a long history, not just for sports, but some big names making appearances through the years. WYMT's Chandler Wilcox tells us how Hazard city officials are working to get the gym on the National Register of Historic Places.
Good evening, everyone, and from historical Memorial Gym in downtown Hazard.
It is often described as a place with a historic vibe.
Everything about it is rich history. When you walk in, you feel like you're stepping back in time.
4 schools started playing on this floor in 1951, and through the years, with basketball games and events, Hazard High School still calls this floor their home court.
That takes a lot of effort. We are very proud that we can call this our home court.
From the floor to the ceiling, history is shown off with banners of success.
I get goosebumps literally every time I walk in the door. I mean, you just look around at not only all the sports history, but you think about all of the people that have stepped foot in here.
People like Dolly Parton, Conway Twitty, and Loretta Lynn.
It's worthy, it's certainly validating, and I think it'll be a great honor for not only the Hazard Board of Education, but the City of Hazard as well.
The Kentucky Heritage Council agreed, voting unanimously to approve Memorial Gym. Smith says he shared everything he could with them.
Everything from the moment they broke ground on the place. I had to find out who originally owned this land, who purchased the land, who gifted the land to the city to build the place.
Now the decision has moved to the national level, and City of Hazard officials remain confident. In Hazard, Chandler Wilcox, WYMT Mountain News.
Memorial Gym was built and named in remembrance of Perry Countyans who fought and died in World War II. A memorial at Waterfront Park in Louisville was vandalized. Someone stole the bronze top hat from the Abraham Lincoln statue. The hat was bolted to the statue, which features the former president sitting on a rock overlooking the Ohio River. The statue was created by renowned artist Ed Hamilton. It was dedicated in 2009 and is part of the Kentucky Lincoln Heritage Trail. Kentucky has received nearly $8 million in tax revenue off of sports betting in September and October. Governor Andy Beshear has predicted the state is on track to exceed the projected $23 million in annual revenue. The director of sports wagering says preliminarily reporting for November showed a trend where Kentucky patrons wagered more than $260 million, with peak activity occurring through Thanksgiving.
We're in the heart of the NFL season, getting ready for the playoff push, getting ready for bowl games as well on the college side, and ultimately the Super Bowl. This is going to be the peak time where sports betting is going to ramp up.
Bittenbender says sports betting will most likely slow down once football season ends, but will ramp back up when the NCAA tournament arrives. And coming up, we'll take a look at how Shohei Ohtani's new deal is more lucrative than you think.
And the forecast looking dry and cool over the next several days. Details on the other side of the break.